August 14th, 2018. Signs. My friend Rose, who was on her annual visit from Switzerland, wanted to meet up to shop and squeeze in our last chance to see each other before she left Minneapolis. I was brutally honest when she called to ask what I was doing at the moment. I told her I was about to take a nap. Fortunately, her call gave me a boost of energy, so I drove to meet her. From the moment I got out of my car, which was parked by a favorite gift shop, I knew I made the right choice between napping and spending time with my friend. Here's the backstory. For years, I've envisioned my blog growing into something bigger. Each week, I plant a seed, and now I am starting to see the fruits of my labor. After a lot of reflection over the summer break, I decided to take a leap of faith and throw an official launch party for Thoughtful Pinch. Feeling very brave, I sent out paperless posts for the launch party and then wondered if I could really pull this off. Suddenly, I wasn't completely convinced that I was ready. There was some doubt. I decided to let the idea of launching my business just sit in my thoughts. My game plan was to watch for signs. As hokey as it sounds, in my stillness, I wanted to see if the universe was asking for this business, and I wanted to know if I was doing something that I was meant to do. Now, back to my visit with Rose. As I said from the moment I got out of my car to meet her, I saw a sign. It was across the street from the gift shop. It was literally a sign with the words, Wholesome Kitchen. Only hours earlier, I had been Googling the top food trucks in the Twin Cities and recognized the food truck on the list that we often buy smoothies and juice from at the farmer's market. I sent in a request via email for information about Wholesome because I was interested in having their truck come serve breakfast at the business lunch for my morning event. I had no idea that the restaurant was there, and it made me think, what are the chances? At the gift store, Rose and I chit-chatted while we shopped, and I saw some more signs. Again, literal signs. Plaques, frames, mugs, notebooks, all with quotes that I read as signs. Start each day with a positive thought. One word can change someone's entire day. One wise woman said, I don't give a, and she lived happily ever after. Don't let anyone ever dull your sparkle, etc. You've all seen these signs. They are everywhere and make many smile. I saw the very popular This Is My Happy Place sign, but with a twist. It had the shape of the state of Minnesota within the quote, and it was embroidered on a comfy pillowcase with a pillow insert. I've seen the shape of Minnesota on so many things. I've seen so many signs with the words, This is my happy place. But somehow I felt this deep calmness when I saw the pillow displayed on a comfy chair. The pillow with this sign made me think of all the friends I have in Minnesota, and I thought about how many of them would support my new business once they see where I'm going with it. The calmness I felt was a sign to relax, be happy, and know that my friends here in Minnesota will receive the news of my business with open arms. I recognized and accepted the sign that I was looking for, and with great restraint, did not buy the pillow. After shopping, Rose and I went into the Wholesome restaurant, and fortunately, I was able to meet and speak to the owner, Evan, about my event. Then Rose and I settled at a table and began talking for 2 hours nonstop. In our conversation, I mentioned that I was preparing a 5-minute presentation about an idea that I have because I hope to meet Target CEO Brian Cornell soon. Rose shared a story with me that she only learned about the day before. The gist of the story is that a man who had a corporate position also drew and sketched in his free time. When the man found out that his favorite artist would be coming to London, he decided he really wanted a chance to speak to the artist for a few minutes. Clever to figure out which hotel the artist would be staying, this man positioned himself in the hotel restaurant so that when the artist and his wife came for breakfast, he could perchance get the opportunity to meet him. The man was polite and asked the artist's wife for a few minutes of their time. It turns out the artist was very interested in the man's artwork, and now he is currently mentoring him. Can you say shivers up my spine? The timing of Rose learning about this story only the day before is amazingly fortuitous. The next day this happened. Part of my morning routine is to weigh myself, flip a card in this thoughtful quote deck, and brush my teeth as I read over the quote so that the words can sink in during the 2-minute brushing. Today this was my quote. Only those who will risk going too far can possibly find out how far one can go. I know I sound like I'm on drugs, or like I'm really reaching deep to validate what I'm doing. But I really do believe in signs, also known as blessings, also known as silver linings, also known as letting the universe speak to me when I'm lost. A thoughtful pinch that you can give to yourself is to be still enough to be able to see the signs. Pinches.